In the first rider tip for 2008, we're going to take a look at grips and a couple of little modifications that you can do to them that'll make a world of difference. Now, most people are of the opinion that as soon as you buy your motorcycle off the showroom floor, one of the first things you have to do is throw away them grips. Well, it's not necessarily the case. We're going to go through a couple of different modifications you can do to these things, make them quite a bit better and customise them, not only for the size of your hands, but for your riding style as well. Now, there's only a couple of things you need to do this, and most of you have got them in your own garage. First of all, a nice sharp Stanley knife, and second of all, a strip of sandpaper. Now, with the sandpaper, you need anything around medium grade. Today we're using a 120, and that'll do the job just fine. Now, personally, with my grips, I like a nice flat surface with no diamonds on top, and I choose 3 waffles instead of the stock 4 underneath. It's all got to do with personal preference, and it depends a lot on the size of your hands. Now, the first thing we need to do is get the outside diameter of the grip perfect for the size of your hand. Now, the way we do that is we need to decide if you're going to get rid of 1 row of the waffle, 2 rows of the waffle, completely get rid of all of the waffle, or let's leave it stock. It's completely up to you and dependent on the size of your hand. Now, just remember, when you are measuring your grips up for size, make sure you do it with your gloves on. Right, now I cut the top layer off the long piece first. Once that's gone, then it's time to get rid of the little pieces, which we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 to go. Well, with 1 waffle gone, that's my setup. And if you want more cut off, then obviously just repeat the procedure. Well, now that that's done, the next thing we need to do is start sanding down the grip. Now, when sanding your grip, make sure you don't just grab the sandpaper and rub side to side, trying to get rid of the diamonds. You'll end up with a very uneven surface. Easiest way is just grab the sandpaper and use a nice flowing motion, and you'll end up with a nice even surface area. Now, some people would think that by getting rid of these little diamonds, you actually lose feel of your grip. It's not the case. What you'll find is when you get your glove on, it's a lot tackier. And to me personally, it doesn't matter if we're riding in wet weather conditions or normal dry conditions, it's a much better feel to the grip. Now remember, when you're sanding down the grip, it's pretty simple. Just keep sanding until you can't see the little diamonds anymore. The tricky part is when you're cutting with your Stanley knife, make sure you don't get too aggressive with the Stanley knife and chop too far into your grip, or you'll be having to buy another set. Well, there you go, guys. A nice little easy tip to start the year off with. It's easy to see the difference in the grips from before and after, but it doesn't begin to explain the difference in feel from a rider's perspective. And always remember, getting your grip size right can help minimise blisters and arm pump. Why don't you give it a try? We'll catch you next time.